Hey, Doug.
Hey Scott,
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
How
What's
has
new?
your weekend gone?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Just working on a new piece of music. Do you remember the movie Crossroads with Ralph
Yes.
Macchio?
Yes.
Remember that? There's a
The
scene.
slide guitar.
Yeah. Well, there's a scene when he's still at Juilliard and he's playing a piece for his teacher, and then he ends it with a little blues run, and the teacher gives him a hard time about it. I'm trying to learn that classical piece, and it's really hard. So
What is it called? What is the
it's called Rondo alla Turca. It's a Mozart piece, and this is the guitar arrangement of it.
hmm.
Yeah.
So what is does that I have heard I know there's a jazz piece called Blue Rondo a la Turk.
Really? I I don't know anything about it.
Um and I had not heard of the classical piece. So
I think it was originally for piano.
okay.
And yeah, so the guitar arrangement is crazy, and I'm working on it. It's gonna take a long time, but it's fun.
Cool.
Yeah. How about your weekend?
Did some cleaning and organizing today, and other, I cut my finger
Ooh,
making breakfast this morning. I was slicing potatoes on a mandolin,
fucking mandolin,
and
man.
fucking Carrie handed me the holder part of it. It was like, "Do you want to use this?" And I had just started a potato, and I was in my mind. I'm thinking, well, let me get it down a little bit so that the holder can, work. So I said, yeah, okay, just a second. Bump, 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 snap, right? Just little tiny sliver.
I've done it. I've done that exact same thing. I ordered this
I
cool,
mean, anybody who's got a mandolin.
dude. Yeah, I ordered this cool Japanese mandolin that I'd heard about, and I did the same thing, man. So, and that's like every cooking show I see with a mandolin, they say eventually you're gonna cut yourself.
Yeah,
So,
and they're right.
they're right. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, man.
Uh,
So, tell me about the
Luckily,
guitar.
it's not my fingering hand.
Yeah, it's not your fret hand. It's your pick hand.
It's my pick hand. Um, I didn't do a whole lot this week. I Early in the week I did spend a little time with my app, and I
Hmm.
played along to some songs on that. And that's just playing chords along, in time with they provide the accompaniment to the songs. Um, and I was doing better than the last time I played anything with the app. So
Nice.
that that felt good. But otherwise, I just kind of farted around a little bit here and there with it. I didn't really
Cool, man.
spend very long with it or like do anything structured with it.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. So, what would you like to do tonight?
Um, how about the solo part for "Wish You Were Here"?
I would like to teach you that, but I
In the
don't.
future?
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
if we're ready for that just yet. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
I don't want to give you something that makes you think, "Oh man." Yeah, I think we could work up to it, but I think a good step to working up to it is to maybe do a scale.
Okay.
Yeah. And we've already been doing part of a scale with oops. Right? That's just part of the major scale. Do you remember how to do that?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, so since you started on F, I'll teach you the major scale, which is, it starts in the same place. So you're going to go on frets 3 and 5. 1, 3, 5. Great. And then the same thing on the A string. And then on the D string, just first fret, first finger. Sorry, second fret, first finger. And then second finger on that third fret. So it'll be yeah. That's the major scale.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
That's right.
Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Yeah, and when you go down, try to keep the fingers the same.
Yeah, I messed that one up on that.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, and that pattern just can move up chromatically. So F sharp major would be second fret.
And so you keep all the distances the same
Mm-hmm.
and move it, and then you'll automatically hit the right sharps and flats.
That's right. Yeah. So you just keep the same pattern, and your first finger will tell you what the root and therefore the name of the scale is, right? The first name of the scale. So if I go 3, that's a G, and playing that same pattern, that's a G major scale. There you go. Yeah. And this pattern, it also works if you base it on the A string. So if I go to the A string, third fret, that's a C note, C major scale. Yeah. Yeah, nice job. That was really clean. And so, what's great about these scales, and I don't know if this is your jam, but like for me, I like the scales as a warm up, kind of soothing, right? So I could go. Just, you know what I mean? And then just start here. And that's another kind of thing that is sort of fun for me when I'm practicing. It's it really quiets your mind. Yeah, because you're using that analytical part of your brain. You're focusing on something that's not really difficult, but it takes your attention. And
Yeah.
it's like a meditation.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So that's the major scale. But the most common scale in music, and it's the one that why can't I think of his name? David Gilmour uses a lot, is the pentatonic minor scale. And that sounds like a mouthful. It's actually easier than the major scale. And so we're gonna do it, and this will kind of lead you toward playing the solo for "Wish You Were Here."
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the 5th fret on the E string. So we're gonna start with that A note, and we're gonna use our first finger and our pinky. So we're gonna go 1, 4, and that's gonna be on the 8th fret. And it really fits because it's 2 frets apart. Yeah, it fits right in your hand. Then go to the A string, same place. Then you're gonna go 3. 3rd finger. Yeah. See, that already sounds like something, right? And then repeat that pattern again. 1, 3 on the D string. And then 1, 3 on the G string. Then 1, 4 on the B string. And then 1, 4 on the high E. Yeah. So it's going to either be a 1, it's all ones in either a 3 or a 4. So it's the way that I like to think of it is it's 1, 4 on the edges and 1, 3 in the middle, right? So 1, 4, 1, 3,
Okay.
1, 3, 1, 3, and then 2 1, 4s. Yeah. That's going to be a 3. That one, yeah. That's the most used scale in rock. Probably the most used scale in humanity, actually.
In humanity.
Yeah, you like that?
So why is it pentatonic?
Great question. I was hoping you would ask that. So, as you know, penta means 5,
Yep.
tonic means tones. It has 5 tones. So, the major scale has 7 tones plus the octave. The pentatonic has 2 tones that have been taken out, right?
Okay.
And it's a pentatonic minor because it's based on the minor scale, which is this. So if I take out 2 notes, I take out this note, so I take that one out. And I take this one out. So the normal minor, pentatonic minor. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's really one of the oldest scales that we've ever known about. And the idea is that, the voice was the first instrument, and they believe that stringed instruments came from hunters plucking their bows. And one of the smarter ones realized you could bend the stick of the bow and get different pitches. And then they began to they began to imitate the pitches they could make with the bow. But another idea is that throat singing. For,
Hmm.
when you throat sing, you can only get pentatonic sounds. So like, I don't know if you
Why
kind
is
of,
that?
it's just the way your mouth, or if you're doing a low one, so then they began to make their stringed instruments before they didn't have frets. So they would play those intervals that they could sing. And then the Europeans added some more notes to create what we call Western harmony. So the Europeans divided the octave into 12 tones. And as you remember, the octave is the 12th fret. And sure enough, there's 12 tones from octave to octave. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So now
Interesting.
the cool thing about the pentatonic minor is it's a good one to jam with. Because when you memorize it, and it shouldn't take long, once you can go up and down, you might start to hear songs in your head, famous songs, right? Um, and what I like to do, and it's hard to do, I don't know if we can really do it on the computer because we can't play at the same time
Yeah.
because of that stupid latency. But so the 12 bar blues that we've done is in the key of A, and the pentatonic minor scale being at that fifth fret is also in the key of A. So that's the scale that fits with all the blues stuff we've been doing, right? So I'll give you kind of an idea of what I mean by that. So if I'm going to kind of try to do both, right? So if I play like an A5 power chord, right? So I could go like this. So the idea is, and really whenever you have a solo or a melody, you're using scales. You're just taking them out of order and just making different patterns. It's that simple. And it can be really fun. I know you like to play board games. There is one thing that you can do that I think is pretty fun is if you take, let's see, I think I have one. Where is it? A deck of cards. If you take a deck of cards, you can assign each card, you can assign certain cards numbers from the scale that you're playing. Then you can shuffle the cards and you can generate a random melody. And I've
Hmm.
actually written songs with that. It's kind of cool. So, I mean, so there's a couple of options. And I don't know if you're interested in jamming, but one thing you might try is what if you made a recording, just a video of yourself playing like either the 12 bar blues or of yourself playing that A chord, the one that you know, and you can just stay with the A chord, or you could do the A5. Yeah, right. And you could use your thumb or you could use a pick and just make like about a minute of yourself doing that. And then when you go back and play the video, you can play the scale around it. And then the other thing to do to make it not be a scale is in music, we have something called phrasing. which is, it's just like language, right? So like if I'm talking to you, I pause, I let you talk. My talking isn't just a steady rhythm, otherwise we couldn't be friends. I would annoy you. You'd just be like, who are you? Are you on the spectrum? What's the deal, dude? Right? And that's,
Yeah. No, I'm
yeah,
familiar.
yeah. And that's, we all know someone like that, right? But we don't invite them to Thanksgiving dinner. But so when you play the scale, you could just put pauses in. So maybe you could go like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 I love that scale because it's so simple, it's so easy to memorize, and you can really play around with riffing and jamming. But and it may be okay for you to have that chord in your head and just noodle with it. But in case that's not enough, you could just make a little recording of yourself playing. And remember, even if you wanted to take it a bit further for fun, with that power chord, you could do this. Or, I mean, if that's kind of too much of a stretch, you could go back to the open A like this and do this. This is probably better. And I'm just doing downstrokes. Right?
But you're doing two different notes, right?
Yeah, I'm playing these two together. So you could do either one. You could go, or you could just play them together. And then I have that in my head. Down, 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 down. And I know you were working on that. There's a hammer on, right? For Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what's cool, and you don't have to do this, but this is another thing that you can, if you're interested. You might have noticed I was doing hammer-ons with that scale. So like there's a hammer-on here.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that, but
Yeah,
now I see it.
yeah. And it's kind of cool, man. Like you hear blues guys going like, yeah, it's see, that's going to be a 4 though. So you're going to have to use your pinky on that one.
Oh, 4.
That's the hardest one, of course. The pinky is the hardest one.
I'll move up a little.
Yeah, there you go. Just do a B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can do again, one of the reasons I love the blues is because it can just be super simple, you know. When you listen to B.B. King, his soloing is so simple, but he's the only one who sounds like that, you know. And his big thing, he does really cool vibrato, but we're not even doing vibrato yet. I mean, you could just go like, just 3 notes. It sounds badass, right? And then you could go like,
Yeah.
so now you have a template and kind of a framework, and this is one of the exciting things about learning guitar as an adult, because as I told you before, you have an entire library of music inside you, and you can just fuck around. And if you stay in the template, you can't make any mistakes. It's like a stencil,
Cool.
kind of.
Stay in the lines.
Stay in the lines, man. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And so David Gilmour used the pentatonic minor a lot when he was soloing. So did Hendrix, and you hear it in like traditional Chinese music. You hear it in Japanese music. You hear it in rock, in blues, jazz, soul. It's everywhere, man. So it's a big one. You got it?
Cool.
Can you play it for me one more time? Make sure you have it. Yeah. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard.
You recognize that, right?
That is it's Led Zeppelin. It's Heartbreaker.
I don't remember the name of it. I just know it's
I
Zeppelin.
can't think of. That's the first lyric that comes to
Yeah,
mind.
I can't.
Heartbreaker.
But you see, that's the pentatonic minor right there. It's everywhere. Yeah. Or even like wait, dang it. It just adds that other note. And that's the pentatonic
So
minor.
that's higher than you originally taught me that.
I was hoping you'd notice that. Yeah. Yeah, I showed you how to play it in the key of E.
Oh.
Right. And I just played it in the key of G. And the reason why is because I wanted to show you that pattern of the pentatonic minor. And of course,
so you were higher up on the neck than you started on the 3rd fret there, didn't you? Just then? So so is the pentatonic something that can also be moved up and down the neck?
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you play it on the 5th fret or the 7th fret, it's a B minor pentatonic because this note is B. That's the root, right?
You're just changing the key.
That's it. You're just changing the root. And just so you know, you could probably extrapolate it, but if you want to play it in E, you have 2 options. You could play it up here, which is kind of hard, at the 12th fret. It sounds badass up there, especially on an electric guitar. But open is... You see? And so then if I were going to move it, I would just move everything up 1.
Okay. Why did we start on the 5th fret?
Because I wanted to start on the 5th fret because that's in the key of A. And I like it because it's not as big of a stretch as it would be if we went down to F or whatever. Yeah. And also because my goal with the blues is always to start with the bass part that we did, right? And then the second part is the chords. And the third part is this scale. Because a lot of times you don't really know what kind of guitar player you are in the beginning. And so in the beginning, if you love that first thing I showed you, maybe you're more of you like the bass parts. But in the second part with the chords, maybe you're more of a rhythm strummer. But the third part, you might be a lead player and you don't even know it. And so just to give you a taste of all 3 of those elements, yeah, it's kind of cool.
And I have no idea.
Yeah, right, exactly, and that's great. You may never know. Yeah, for when I was younger, I used to love to play lead, and I still do now, but not as much. I like to play chords and sing more now, you know. So yeah, um, so yeah, I don't know if you ever. And the thing is, man, I don't know how good your ear is, but if you listen to blues recordings, you could probably jam along as long as you know what key it's in. You could use that pattern, that scale, and just jam with them for hours.
Hmm.
A lot of the blues songs are in the key of E or the key of A. There are some different ones for sure, but you know how to do E and A, right? And actually, you know how to do all of them. It's just you don't know. That might be an interesting thing if you get bored to put on some blues and see if you can jam with it. And by jam, what I mean is just play the scale up and down and see that it fits, and then just think about phrasing. Think about putting some pauses in there. Thinking about instead of going all the way up. So we call these steps. It's logical. Maybe do some skips like just to skip around, right? And that's all a melody is. It's just fragments of a scale, but
Hmm.
it's all about how you do it, right? So I just told you
Yeah.
everything there is to know about music. So that's it. You know it all now.
Woohoo! I'm done.
I'm going to send you a PDF with a certificate that says you know everything about music.
Nice. I'll frame that.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's things you could play around with, you know. And then the other thing, if that solo for "Wish You Were Here" is really burning a hole in your pocket, right? Look up the tabs.
Okay.
Yeah, just type in "Wish You Were Here" solo tabs, and it's I know I think there's like a little slide. I haven't played it in forever, but it's been like I can't remember. It's been forever. Yeah, I think there's some pull offs in there. I think there's a part where he goes like, I have no idea, man. I can't remember it right now. I'm about to embarrass myself. But yeah, actually, I have a funny quick story with my English teaching job. I had a random guy call from Turkey, and he was leaving his office, so he was talking to me on his phone. So he took me with him in his car, and he drove home. And he got home, and he pulled out his guitar, and he started playing the solo to "Wish You Were Here." And I was like, damn. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Just randomly, he's like, I saw in your profile that you play guitar. And he's like, I play guitar too. And he just did it. And I was like, damn, dude,
Nice.
pretty cool. Yeah. So, so yeah.
Cool. Cool.
And do you have any
All
questions?
right. Pentatonic scale. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. Just some. It seems like something to, at this point, practice on and play with, and
See if it
see where it
speaks to you.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah, it may, and it may not. I remember when I first learned it, I was like, holy shit, that's it. Like, wow. Especially if you have an electric guitar because you could play it way up here and it sounds kick ass. And they're so close together. The frets are so close together. It's easier to play it up there.
Yeah.
So maybe Santa Claus is going to bring you an electric guitar.
Yeah. Maybe.
Mm.
Seeing like how far I can comfortably get up there and
Yeah.
actually play it. All right.
Yeah. So I think you're at the 12th fret, right?
Uh,
11th fret.
11 was on 11.
That right there, you could just cook on that for like 17 hours. Well, now, states in the lockdown started Monday. Went to the Walmart, they got no more eggs. And the TP is gone. Then maybe. It feels like it wants to go somewhere else. Yeah. I'm almost out of TP. Gonna buy a bidet. Yeah. I'm sick of this damn lockdown. Gonna do what I wanna do anyway. You know, just fucking around.
Nice.
Yeah. The blues.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Something
Right
to
on.
work on for the week.
Yeah, buddy. And I hope you have a great week.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Let's not plan on doing it after Thanksgiving
Okay.
and pick up the week after that. So we'll still do it next week
Mm-hmm.
if that's
Skip
still
the
good for
following
you.
week. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
that
good.
sound?
Works for me.
Okay.
All right, man.
Cool.
See you, my friend.